can't believe today was a good day.
This is going on.
Today was a good day. Today was a good day. Waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda high. No walking from the dog, no smoke. And mama cooked the breakfast with no egg. I got my 12 on, but didn't dig out. Finally got a call from a girl I wanna dig out. Hooked it up for later as I hit the dope, thinking, will I live another 24? I gotta go, cause I got me a drop top. And if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop. Had to stop at a red light, looking in my mirror, not a jacker in sight. And everything is alright. I got a beat from Kim, and she can do it all night. Calling up the homies that I'm asking y'all, which part are y'all playing basketball?
This is
This is on the court and I'm troubled. Last week messed around and got a triple double. Freaking brothers every way like MJ. I can't believe today was a good day. Today was a good day. Today was a good day. I can't believe today was a good day. I'ma cook the breakfast with no. Roll to the pad and hit the shower. Didn't even get no static from the coward. Cause just yesterday, them fools tried to blast
Past me. And they drove right past me.
Didn't even look in the brother's direction as I ran the intersection.
Intersection. Period.
Hello. How is everybody doing? Happy Monday, good old Monday. And it's a great Monday because we get to talk about Task. And Task is phenomenal. Ashley, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm ready to get into it. I really am. I'm really excited to see where this show is going to go by the end of this season. By the end of the series because it's a limited series. But I'm feeling good. How are you feeling, Tyra? How are you doing today?
A little winded, but I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm okay. I'm just ready to start where we always start with our overall thoughts. I'm going to go on and let Ashley go first because she does it so well. Ashley, what do you think of this episode?
The way I thought we were talking about the dark arts gang the whole time until I actually saw the jackets. I rewatched it today with subtitles just so I could fully collect myself. I said, "Oh, are we over there with Severus Snape? This is the dark arts motorcycle club." But to me, y'all, the second episode wasn't as good as the first, but I don't think it had to be. I think that this is setting us up. We got some questions answered, and I'm still on the edge of my seat about what's next. I really want to know why we have all these criminals with hearts of gold, allegedly. Because the way that this man here sat up and tried to cry about this child that they had chained in a basement, abusing. I need to get into the world of the dark hearts, but no, I thought this was a strong second episode, but honestly, it didn't match up to the first one to me, but I liked it. It was still good for me.
Matched up to me, it was cooking for me. Now, of course, we had robberies with intersection of kidnappings first episode. It's very hard to top that, but I feel like they got the same great pace, this really good momentum, and managed to have my blood pressure up to here, just like with the first episode. Because Maeve, look, Maeve said, "Get in the back for a little bit, and I'm gonna go say what I need to say to these police officers." I thought it was great. I have not been disappointed as of yet. I feel like it was executed just as well as the first episode, and it's doing what it needs to do because it's keeping me locked in and looking forward to what we have going on next. This is great as far as suspense. They do really well at building suspense in this show and anticipation, and we need some of that in this day and age because, baby, the shows cooking like I need them to cook. But we were going to start here with this because, sir, speaking of criminals with a heart of gold, the main thing I'm loving about this series is the duality between our two leads. And the both of them having all of this dimension and being so indifferent as individual in man and father. Because Robbie, you was just knocking people over the head. Robbie will go knock people over the head, push your grandmother over, rob a liquor store on the way home, drop two bodies, and then come on in like, so baby, what do you want for breakfast? What do you want? Pancakes? I can do pancakes. Robbie is nervous as hell because he is trying to keep Sam hidden away. I was like, baby, what's the plan? We knew that this was a bad idea from the moment that we opened the door. But now that we're here, yeah, just lay low because I wouldn't want my children to see you. But yeah, we're not just having him lay low. We are talking to Sam because baby Sam got all the questions in the world. Naturally so. We found out a whole lot about Sam's home life, and it's just as we suspected. The baby was being taken through there,
Like I
probably
said.
taken care of. And now that Grammy's gone, he was back with them wayward parents of his. He's like, so when are my parents coming back? So what happened here? Can I go out there and pet the chickens? Do you know my favorite? My mama said I was gonna get a prize because I was doing so well. But Robbie not only is like, yeah, what's your name, Robbie? It's like, Robbie, what? Wait, he done seen your face. He knows your name. He knows where you live. And then we letting out even more information because, yeah, my brother used to work for and was in cahoots and whatever with your dad in them. So we're getting closer to there. I don't know if there is a scenario where we come out of this okay because Robbie is saying and doing too much. I feel like we got a little foreshadowing with little baby Sam here because he was like, if I could be or see an animal, I would love, a deer. Soon as kids and individuals get talking about deers and baby sheep and baby lamb, it's giving sacrificial. Don't take this baby out. Don't take him out. He's innocent. He never did nothing to nobody. Ashley, was Robbie talking too much?
Baby, yes. Robbie has no sense. Like he's got all heart and no use your common sense, young man. Robbie, but I like a complicated character. I like a character who's not all one way, and I agree. We get that in both him and our FBI agent. But Robbie, you can't be this delayed. You can't be this delayed because anywhere you drop this baby, anywhere you take him after this, he's gonna run his mouth. Just how he ran it to you and you told him everything he needed to hear and wanted to hear, he's going to do that. No malice, right? Because the baby clearly has been abused and he's fine with being over here. As long as you make my pancakes extra fluffy, fluffy. He said, you want them crispy or fluffy, baby? Which, sir, we're taking orders or short order cook. Now, Robbie, like I just, and then the deer, yeah, because I want the deer to live, and I don't want them to get killed crossing the street. I'm like, no, Robbie, I don't think Robbie knows any other way to be with children. I think he sees all kids as his kids, at least from what we know of him. And he's really got a strong fatherly essence about him. So I almost think he can't help it. But I really do fear for young baby Sam because I don't think there's any good way. I don't think there's any good way because all I could think about later in the episode when Maeve is doing what she does, and I wasn't mad at it. I was like, okay, but she doesn't know that Sam knows everything, baby. He knows it all. And so I think this is going to be just a really complicated situation when it gets down to the wire. And I think Robbie's trying to think about everything but that. Because now we got to get this Fenty off. You know what I mean? We got to get this out there. And then we'll worry about that later. So yeah, just 2-3 days, Sam. You'll just be here with us 2 or 3 days until somebody's sick, right? Oh yeah, Grammy. Yep, Grammy. That's it. As soon as Grammy gets better and your parents get back, we're going to, take you. Sir, please, please.
This isn't going to end well, and it makes me so nervous. Okay, because baby, when we get here, I mean, we knew this was coming. You're not going to just take a kid. Granted, we find out why he wasn't there due to the home circumstances or lack thereof. He wasn't supposed to be in the house, but since he was, baby, we're missing persons, we're kidnapping, we're on high alert because we've seen all these dead bodies, and now there's a kid missing, and now there's some fentanyl on top of that. Nothing does a body good like you sprinkling some fentanyl on top of the situation. I was like, is there, because we already have the FBI and now we have the dark hearts, we have this stake in like revenge and this vengeance, and maybe the dark hearts, we're going to get to them, or we're going to get it back in blood. It's so much going on here on top of us having Sam. Is there a situation where we come out of this okay, whether it's Sam or Robbie? Because not only do we have Sam, because Sam my blood. He said that the name got my daddy blood on it. The name stays home. He said he got our blood over there. He has a kid. He has one of our kids. And then you took the fentanyl, not just a little bit, a whole lot. Ashley, how are we coming out of this? Are we coming out of this alive?
No, honestly, after watching last night's episode, it kind of cemented in my mind. Before, I was really hoping Robbie gets out of this in some sort of way. I think he goes out guns blazing because there's still a piece and an element that they're not releasing. And I like the slow roll in terms of getting to the core as far as his motivation. I know this is a vendetta. I know this is revenge. The more they reveal, it speaks to that. I say Robbie goes out in a blaze of glory, and that's the only way Sam can live. Honestly, I think it's contingent up on that. If I'm honest with you, because Sam ain't going back. Listen, we've seen him in his jailhouse uniform. He is not going back to the Pinta. I think he'd rather go out in a blaze of glory, and he knows the trouble that he's caused. In a perfect world, he can abscond with the child and they can go to Mexico. He can raise it like his own.
We
You know
always
what I
try
mean?
to Mexico, long as we make it across the border.
Listen, we this is my son. This is my stepson. This is my adopted son. You know what I mean? And in a perfect world, we go there. But I feel like I know Brad over here, the writer, creator, and I don't think we get happy endings. I think Robbie's not long for this earth, Tyra. And again, if Robbie lives, then that means Sam is a goner. I think it's either or. I don't think it's both.
I feel like Sam ain't long for this word talking about baby lambs, babies, and deers. Sir, what do you mean? Sir, these omens that you're giving into the camera, little Sam. I was like, not the whole trunk full of fentanyl. That's not going to be okay. And you know who else has me worried? This man has me worried.
Oh yeah, I told you it's a goner.
Cliff, we knew, I suspected with the reaction. Cliff, you said we weren't gonna hurt anybody, Frankie. I ain't never caught nobody before. I have never caught a body. That's weighing on my consciousness. And then we have this boy. We made the news. Okay? We made the news. Robbie is unhinged. We gotta take him. We gotta put him down. As much as I would iron Robbie's work shirts, we gotta put him down. We have to put him down because I feel like this is how we got. And granted, these are all grown men, but they all have this delayed capacity in this childlike, like they're lacking in. I don't know how long we've been in jail. I don't know what our childhood was like, but it's like we stopped at a certain age limit and we haven't developed beyond it. We're stuck in this perpetual state of boyhood. Because baby, when he grabbed Cliff's neck, don't I always take care of you? Who was here? Who's always been here? Don't I always have a plan? Huh? Like, oh. I was like, this is not the same. I don't know what happened in the past and y'all growing up and giving stand by me moments down at the local lake, at the quarry. Baby, this is not one of those situations. And the way he was trying to talk him down, like, don't I always? Cliff seems really shook and scared. I don't put it past Cliff to want to go on and get Sammy out the way.
Oh man.
I don't know. He just feels really scared, and you know when you're scared, you do a little bit of unhinged behavior. He's not so much fixated, and then he did speak on it. He was like, "Well, you know, and like you ain't blinked about Peaches. we're in trouble. Like we're not doing well, and it's fentanyl and this, and we're on like it's not doing well. Who told you to take him home? Why'd you have to bring him home? What are we gonna do?" I don't know if Sam might try to roll up, if Cliff might try to roll up on Sam and get him out the way, and then Maeve might have to just jump in and do something about it. Ashley, what is Cliff gonna do?
Cliff is going to be eliminated one way or the other, whether he takes him. I told y'all that before. I told you what happened and y'all just refused to take my narrative. He saved him from the booty snatchers in jail and he had a plan. This is what we're referring to. Watch us get a flashback of a precarious situation where Robbie had to step in and save him from the booty snatchers in jail. I firmly believe it. The way he went back and reverted to childhood in this conversation, Cliff was like, "What we gonna do, man? What we gonna do, Robbie? We don't do." Son, I got you. Don't I always have you, son? Doesn't Daddy always know what to do? Cliff is a liability at this point, and I hate that. But he's not built for this. He's built for like a petty. You know, we'll hit a petty lick. You know what I mean? We'll go ahead and take something. You know, real quick. I'll steal something. It's fine. But I'm not equipped for taking people out. And I think the grief is, or not the grief, but the guilt is gonna wear on him. Not only for Peaches, but I also think just he can't cope. You know what I mean? Now, I don't think he's gonna hurt Sam or try to, but I do see Cliff hurting himself. I really see that, especially when it looks bleak. And it's about to look real bleak. Who are we kidding? You know?
It is. I just don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with Robbie already because the way that you could disregard your bestie since childhood. How long we been down? Don't I always take care of you? Like, calm your ass down. You disregarded him. Most importantly, you are disregarding the safety of your children. You didn't think about the children. You didn't think about Maeve. Hell, you're not even thinking about yourself. You're a madman all behind getting it back in blood all about your brother. This is not okay. A wild man cannot be trusted. I can't trust you. Robbie, how am I supposed to iron your work shirts and make your lunch if you're going to be acting like this? It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Cliff is telling him how he feels. Robbie said, all we got to do is get this Fenty off. Yeah, you know what? Don't worry about it, Cliff. We just got to sell these drugs real quick, and you'll be fine. Don't I always take you? Just ride with me. Just ride with me. Ride with me. Slide with me. I got you, Cliff. He don't care. Robbie is so overcome, and I know they haven't got there yet. This has got to be revenge. There's no other way. You're not seeing anything else but this. You're not taking into consideration his well-being. You have this child. It's too much. He's not thinking rationally.
What about your own children?
He don't give a
What
damn.
about they could roll up? Like who? What? Please.
I need 25 for the daddy daughter dance. He said, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Robbie.
Fucks from prom. Robbie, please stand up. Stand up. Your children need you. People need you. You out here acting like this. Baby, I'm scared. The dark hearts mean business, and I'm scared. Baby, the way that man said, I need you to get it together. We look weak out here. I was like, oh my goodness, sir. Baby, the rundown and the description on the Dark Hearts about them being unlike any other gang. We're smart, calculated, 12 steps ahead and whatnot. Look, they are not to be played with. Mm-hmm. It is very show no mercy, show no weakness, and cut ties to all liabilities. Robbie, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Like, why did you tell me this man rolls like this? This is who we're trying to roll up on. I love their introduction here because we didn't do or say a whole lot, but we know exactly how they're coming and what we're willing to do. We have Youngblood who was like, baby, I gave you this position. I need you to show and prove. They didn't kidnap the child. They just stole the fentanyl. We got bodies dropping. Yeah, what are you going to do? Because we don't do this. I'm nervous for Robbie and them because this game don't play. Actually, how did you feel about meeting these Dark Hearts?
So, the dark arts, the dark arts people, okay. So first of all, I thought our new leader was from the Shire. I literally thought he was from the Lord of the Rings. I thought he was a hobbit in another life, but I just think they really have a similar face. I put it in the Discord. No one responded, but that's what he gives to me. He gives Frodo's best friend, y'all, Samwell. Is it Samwell I'm thinking of? Anyway, I don't really buy him. I buy the old man. I don't buy the younger guy. And I know he's kind of got this quiet, stoic thing. I was more interested in the backstory. I was more interested in how this old head cut up the other leader to put him in place. And I really want to know more about this deep connection because as we see them interact in episode 2, it very much gives, you owe me. I got you here. I can take you out. And I really would like us to explore their dynamic a little bit more. And also why you needed him as a front man, because I do think Old Head is pulling all of the strings at the end of the day. So I'm really curious about how the organization is going to work. Although they are supposed to be, this clean, moving like this swift operation, I see kinks in the chain. I see that young man who might be Robbie's inside man, who's very sloppy, who's really doing the most. I really need more time. They said go to church. I'm ready to go to church and see what the rest of this motorcycle crew is really all about. But I'm interested. They've piqued my interest. And again, this is not a thought out mission in Robbie's mind. These people did something to his brother, very well took his brother out because they also said how strict they are. And if they catch you slipping, then you slipped, right? So I definitely think he's not using his head. They said they're the most organized gang that they've seen in this area ever. They're almost like mafiosos or something is what the man said. So I'm very, very curious about what Robbie thought he was going to do. I'm just going to hit him where it hurts and think there's not going to be blowback repercussions to you, your family, your niece, your kids. Like, Robbie is moving with reckless abandon, and I just need to know why. I really need to know why.
This one man showing this woman operation. I'm like, you can't be this dense. I'm gonna get more into Robbie and what could be going on, but The Robbie the father doesn't seem like he would jeopardize everything. But I was watching them. I was like, "Ooh, is this what Sons of Anarchy is like? Maybe I should go
Oh,
watch that."
Sons is better. Sons is better.
I had to bring this up as an honorable mention because, baby, it's not all about peaches. Have to stay off the internet. Stay off the internet. Don't you bring another soul home. We already have the FBI rolling up asking all about peaches. And not my peaches. I don't like what you're saying to me. He would never. He was a good man, Dad. This was my man. This is my ex, my fiance, the love of my life. I just lost the love of my life. She said, "Damn, Tasha, I just lost the love of my life. Girl, look at her. We couldn't blink twice enough in the same day without the gang rolling up because, baby, we were tying up all the things. It took them all of 5 minutes to realize who Peaches was up underneath that mask, get a name, a date, and a place of residence of where he stayed. It ain't gonna be too much longer before they make their trail all the way down to Robbie. Baby, what are we doing? Leave, but leave. Get out of there. But baby, they rolled up and I hope just whipped ass. Whooped ass. I hope that they ain't take these people's life, but they didn't waste no time. Ashley, stay off the internet.
Yeah, cause girl, what do you? We met on the internet. I don't know his friends. It's not I don't remember. I just don't know him. Peaches was the love of my life, Dad. I'm trying to deal with this. Oh, you people, you're not good people. Get out. I can't do this right now. She's very interesting. It was only a matter of time before we find out who Peaches is and known associates. Like in the motorcycle gang, it has an inside man too. So they're just as privy as the FBI is at this point. Like their investigation is moving just as fast or faster than the FBI's is as it relates to this. They'll be knocking on Robbie door next episode. But yeah, she was useless, poor thing. You see the pictures of Peaches smiling so hard. I said, Peaches, you should just stay home, Bookie. You should have just said, no, you ain't need that money, baby. You didn't, all money ain't good money. And the daddy is sick of her. This is not her first rodeo. This is not the first time.
I told
you it wasn't, Ish. What
you
do you
mean
know?
while they stand over to that picture of Peaches smiling like Travis Hunter? Like,
Dad, that was the love of my life. Girl, find something safe to do. Yeah, she's useless.
Not me getting broke off all about your boyfriend and husband that never was. Ma'am, please stay off the internet. Baby, the teen and young ladies in this universe just getting no breaks at all. Like, we already ain't got no mothers. This is why we don't have no mothers. This is why we don't have nice things. We get into Emily here. She's talking to a counselor. She's at therapy. And we get, like, baby, we know what's in that 40-ounce cup. I know what's in that cup, Dad. Long ago has it not been tea since priesthood. You're throwing them back. I'm tired of throwing you back on this bed. I'm tired of carrying you upstairs. But we're also in a state of avoidance because we have too much going on right now. Worried about the brother. For me to be confronting you about your drinking habits and maybe even just your presence consistently right now just as a dad because the connection is broken if we saw that episode 1. But we do get into, child, we're going to get into the situation later. So I'm like, what? Before we get into what the brother actually did, we have Emily here with her dilemma of, well, I do really want to speak on my brother's behalf. I don't want to feel like I'm abandoning him, but also I'm in a perpetual state of fear that he might get out. I was like, well, ma'am, make it make sense. But she's dropping clues along with everything else that we get later, but we do see even more that this is a very heightened and broken situation. Ashley, what's up with Emily?
Gosh, I think, and I don't want to be controversial, but I really, really do think that an entire family has to be on board prior to, especially, what do they call it, transracial adoptions. And I'll say that, right? I'll sit that right there. And I'm sure you got a slide for the sister. But it gave Emily and her brother what never really accepted by the sibling anyway, is what I feel about it. And I think that could play a part, right? Brother definitely has got mental illness and clearly was off of his meds, and anybody could be hurt. So I think right now the place, Emily is in is this war between my blood and my safety and my family, right? Like, I think there's 3 different things at place because I do have this allegiance to my brother because we were in the gutter together. Like, we've been through all of the abuse, everything that happened prior to this adopted placement. We've been there together. So I do have this allegiance to him, but also he's dangerous when he's not medicated. And I know for him, being in prison is not going to be the place that he needs to be to get help, but I also don't want him out. I really think she's in a precarious situation. And then not only that, but managing a father who clearly loves her. when he stood up to the other daughter, I was like, oh, okay, all right. I was like, he right about her. But he's dependent. He's an alcoholic, clearly. And so he's not fully present either. And whatever decision she makes, I feel like she thinks she'll be failing someone. I was excited to see her talking to a therapist, and a therapist of color, honey. Yeah, I'm sick of these girls. They keep asking me if this is a weave. I liked that. I was like, okay, that was cute. That was nuanced. Like, I'm glad she has an outlet, because clearly she can't talk to her father, and clearly she can't talk to the sister, because the sister blames her. I think she blames the blacks for all of this. But I really want more for her. I'm honestly scared for her, because I don't think you can endure all this trauma and it not have a lasting effect on you. Like I said, I like the therapy of it all, but when you're entrenched in it, I think, it makes me nervous for her character.
I'm nervous for everybody on this damn show. I'm nervous for every single person on this show because it doesn't seem like anything is letting up anytime soon. Because, baby, when we got here, when we had that sit down, I was like, okay. She was like hesitant to give the baby over. Let them, like, yeah.
Hold that big old gargantuan baby. That baby was crazy.
Because y'all can't be trusted. I never trusted you to begin. I was like, ooh, the tension in here is real. And then we finally get into what the brother actually did. In a state of a mental lapse or something going on. I don't know if he wasn't properly medicated or what was happening there with the brother, but he threw the mother down the stairs and broke her neck. This is this is a very messed up situation.
It is.
Very messed up situation because the sister did say, like, not only am I afraid of him just being out, but I'm also afraid that if he didn't get the help that he needed out here, what's going to happen when he goes in there? It's probably just going to get worse. Maybe we could, use a little leniency, and maybe she just really doesn't know. And it's not like she's having any intensive help via Tom to come to a sound decision, because Tom uttered out of his mouth, yeah, I really don't think I can forget that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how to explain it to him, and I don't know how to explain it to her. But it's something that I can't, understand and come back from right now. Maybe this daughter is over it. The way that she immediately, like, that was rooted there already.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because she didn't have any problem, and she was like, well, she was my mom too. Like, well, was she?
Was she?
I understand that, like, it's gonna hit completely differently when it's my actual biological mother. I'm sorry. It's just gonna lean. It's gonna lean and sting a little differently. Like, from the pictures that we've seen, it hasn't been too much of a time lapse to where they didn't kind of sort of come up together. But a part of you, and I don't care who says what or how the love is addition, there is going to be some deep-rooted place in you that feels like, well, yeah, this is still like my mom. No, baby, this is our mom. It's probably always been your mom for you. And who knows the shambles of their relationship. I'm sure she has some type of issues with their dynamic. There's always a sense of abandonment when a parent moves. It's all different things happening here, things working. But this was very, very heavy. And well, hell, I was like, well, hell, what happened to Maeve and all of their mom? Was like, what's really going on? Because everybody's story is pretty goddamn sad. Ashley, how did you feel about the situation? You didn't identify with Big Sis even a little bit?
Hell no, I'm a child of adoption. And you couldn't tell me I ain't love my mama down boots more than her biological kids, in my opinion. So no, I think this is deeply rooted in race. I really do. And I don't know if they're doing this intentionally, but as soon as bio daughter was talking, immediately, the fact that she didn't want her to hold that big head, 38-pound baby. Are you going to sit down and hold the baby? Hell, I don't want to hold your baby anyway. Hold your own heavy baby. It's a 50-pound baby. But no, it felt immediately like there's this undercurrent, and I'm going to say race plays a factor in it, but also the fact that you're not real. You're not real, man. You're not real, man. There's definitely this thing at play. Like, no, I'm actually the child. That was my mother, and I can get the territorialism around it, but there's something else. There's almost like this jealousy. There's almost this sense of like they were my bio parents, but they treated you differently than they treated me. And I agree, Darfalina. I think she looks at least a good 15, 20 years older. So it gives that these were babies 30s when they came in and maybe got a different lived experience than she had, which,
I don't
is
think
what
she's
it
supposed to
is.
be that old. I think
Girl,
she
she
just
in her face on
It's
the
like
left
they keep
side, it
panning
looked like
over
it.
to that photo of the whole family there with the mom, and they don't look too far removed to
She
where because
looks very removed now.
even if that was the case, you would think that would make you settle even more into your sisterhood and solidarity as a family. Baby, you
Mm-mm.
had the time. Nothing was taken away from you and your childhood and your upbringing because they were pouring into these other two new adopted. Like, why? Why do we?
But the
It's strange.
jealousy is when you see how the younger person is raised, and you might get it being an older sibling. When you see like, oh, maybe my parents had more resources with the younger ones. Maybe they had more patience with the younger ones. Maybe they experienced the parents differently than she did.
It's something, but it felt like something deep rooted because she didn't just come from for the brother. You're sitting here in my face telling me I don't know if I want you to hold my baby. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. And it's like, well, in this moment, Ashley, are you considering the mental state and what happened with the brother, or are you just pissed off regardless because I lost my mother and I lost my wife? I don't want to come visit your ass.
That's the question. I mean, ultimately, I think all of them are in different stages of grief. I think as a bio child who is the oldest, you have lived a more of a lived experience with the mom, and so you're feeling that deeply. I think though it was just an air of judgment and superiority to me when she's talking to Emily. When Emily's just being honest, like I don't know. I know that he's not safe to be out, but also I feel like he's not going to get what he needs being in there. So you mean to tell me you're going to do this? No, I didn't say that. I'm trying to communicate with you, but then when you dismiss me as even being a child of the family, was she your mama? Is this your daddy? And then
Well,
he got to step in and do. I don't like that. I think you can have this conversation and be mad at a sibling about their perspective, whatever, without taking it there. There's something real ugly and nasty
is
about that
she
with your
mad?
sister.
Is the flex just because she has to completely disown her brother, and we supposed to be so standing in hatred? And I mean, it's my brother, and he clearly wasn't well. I can't wait till we get a sit down with him to see. And I like how they were describing his state and how he looks, and it's different. But I mean, how much can we stand up if Daddy's sitting here not saying the same thing, but saying the same thing? Yeah, I can't forgive that, and I don't want to visit him either. It's like,
I
oh,
mean, and I get that, but you see how he did it lovingly and kindly? Because I think you can have a sibling spat, but then to basically take away her being a child of them, period. Like, was she your mama? Like, because clearly, yeah. And if that was your brother, he was adopted, that would make him your brother too, right? It's something ain't right in the milk. Something ain't clean in it.
Chelsea, I know they're gonna unveil more because we do get a faint situation of why he left the priesthood and working in the job, and I was working for the FBI doing such and such work until I went all the way over. But baby, there's some moles in the operation. Getting into those dark hearts and them being 65 steps ahead. Maybe he said, yeah, old FBI agent Tom, he's on the case. I ain't worried about that, man. I ain't worried about nothing they have going on. Get to the fentanyl. He knows intel's on the case and what's going on before anything. Maybe there's a mole in these agents. Now look at here. Ashley said that man over there from
Or
them
Krispy
games,
Kreme.
from them houses of dragons and whatnot, was already iffy. We have that, and we also have a situation prior with Robbie in the intel that he's getting. Well, we have Shane down here in the corner, some of the girlfriends, the little biker gang. Everybody's looking a little suspicious and iffy because baby, that man said, "Go find Sam where he probably dead. They probably just took him and he dead." It was like, oh my god, like don't even bother looking for him. Shane is given a cloud of suspicion. Some of the girlfriends are looking iffy, like they know what's going on. There is a mole in both camps. As far as the FBI and who's the mole over there, I feel like he was putting it on real thick. I was a DJ. I was DJing, right?
Hey, Bradford, Bradford.
And like DJ, ha 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 ha, and then he's getting all like introspective with Tom and getting personal, and it seems friendly, like they're having this common interest around religion. Like, yeah, I grew up such and such too, but why do we have to be at mosque at such and such? And it's all very friendly, but he's also getting intel. He's always like listening and kind of. I'm like, I don't know. It could be too on the nose for it to be him. but y'all already put a cloud around this man for him to be suspicious. And I felt like with Detective FBI Agent Lizzie, he was just laying it on pretty thick, this like trying to get a little personal, and I feel like he's trying to touch bases with everybody. If he is a mole, I guarantee you the person that's going to find out is Aaliyah down there, because I ain't seen him say 2 words to her. But it could be either one. It could be, any of the 3. Could be Lizzie, could be Aaliyah, but my money for now is on him. As far as the gang, I really don't know. It may be this man down here, Shane. We didn't get enough, but we know enough to know that there are moles in both camps. Ashley, who is it?
He's a rat. He's a rat. He's a rat. I know a rat when I see a rat. I can smell a rat. That is him in the motorcycle gang, okay? And what got me, Sir Crispy Cole is definitely our inside man. He's definitely the rat on this side, and let me tell you why. Sir Crispy Cole doesn't give I'm coming in any situation unaware or unprepared. So the fact that you wouldn't get your supervising field agent, have his backup, I bet you Aaliyah's already knows who Tom is. All his background, everything that he's done in his career, she already has it. Brazo, whatever his name is, Crispy Cole, he knows. He knew all that information. This was just put on to gain allegiance, to get the tea, to ingratiate himself to him. So Crispy Cole is a deviant, and he cannot be trusted. I don't even trust his accent. That's an Englishman. You know that? That's an Englishman. And furthermore, as we're going through here, and he said when he was a DJ, he played Flow Rider. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Sir, go away. He's a rat. He's a rat fink. Is that okay to say? He's a rat fink. So Crispy Cole.
And as far as the dark hearts, who do you think the mole is over there?
Shane, I think it's that guy. I think with the pointy nose, he looks like Ratatouille. Absolutely. He is a rat. I'll call him. That's his name now, Ratatouille. I think that it's him. I wouldn't be surprised if we meet certain bedfellows of the motorcycle gang that maybe know Robbie. There's a blonde in the bar, and I don't know if everybody caught it, that Robbie catches her eye, she catches his. There's like this exchange when he's sitting down with Cliff. There's more than maybe one inside person, I think, in the dark arts, in my opinion. Because I want to know who she is. Because it looked like y'all done been down through there before or about to go down through there.
I wasn't sure. I was like, is it the past? Did you meet Miss Mama's online and now y'all having it in person? I don't know. Because he was online. Like, I can't just be rolling up, giving my cookies away to strangers online. I need some intimacy. But yeah, I guess everybody's money is on Crispy Cole, because I was like, why you so, talkative? You show, make little friends, go in here, make Lizzie laugh, kiki. Yeah, go over there and try some of that with Aaliyah and let's see what happens.
Aaliyah ain't going for it. Get out of my face.
Oh, Lord. Maeve calls in a tip. Almost. It made it waste no time. I was like, how long before I could even get the full sentence out, how long before Maeve realizes that Sam is there and who's Sam? Oh, it was like, she's there. She's like, who's your mom? Oh, okay, where's mama stay? What okay. Yeah, bam. What the hell? She did not waste any time. I didn't know that it was going to come this close of a call. She had every intention of getting Sam to them folks. She was like, yeah, I'm going to go on and get enough intel. I'm not even going to consort with you. I don't have anything to say to you, Robbie. I'm not asking any questions. I know exactly what this is, and you're not going to take me through there or these kids and not Samming. I would not be of a kidnapping. Baby, the way Sam scared me. He's like, what the hell are you doing in the back of the car? I was scared. I didn't want to go.
That baby said, I'm going with you.
Can I stay with you? Did the Shrek, little donkey. Can I stay with you? No, Sam. I told you to go in there. We're going to get your toy that your mom promised you. I was going to call in the tip. It took me long enough. I'll get out. The gang's all here, Sam. Why are you in the car? Just that little quick exchange. We had Maeve rethink the situation and tell Sam, baby, get in the trunk. Yeah, we're going to make it all happen that this never happened and take you back to the house. Actually, did Maeve do the right thing? Should she have went ahead and, because I know she wanted to do it without having a connection, but at this point it wouldn't have mattered because we already know wherever Sam lands, Sam is going to be talking. Even Cliff said it in his state of craziness. He's going to be running his mouth. He knows everything. He's seen everything. thing. What are we going to do with him? There's only one thing to do with him, and we know Robbie is not built to do that. Actually, what was Maeve
What's the one
supposed to
thing,
do?
Tyra? What's the one thing? What's the
You know
only
what
thing?
the one thing is?
She said, "Little Sammy, bye bye, Sammy." Yeah, I think in theory, this would have been a great idea had we not exposed everything about ourselves to this. And again, I think especially if it just been Maeve and she's not really, but she does have a unique name. I think in any world, this probably would have gone very, very bad because all you got to do is be nice to Sammy. Sammy gonna tell it all, baby. He goes, yeah, and the car looked like this, and they said they were gonna. His name is Robbie, and his name was Cliff, and her name was Maeve, and they know my parents, and yeah, my grandma's sick too. And I think when I saw this little baby pop back in the car, she said, "What are you doing here?" I want to go with you, Maeve. Like you left me in there all by myself. Like I adore Maeve. And I like her character because it's like, you don't put this on us, Robbie. I don't need to get your permission to do anything, but I do know this little baby needs to be returned. I don't think she knew the gravity or the weight fully of what happened. This is though what gave me the other clue when we find out that she personally knows the mom and dad too. It's like, oh, I know. There was like this instant knowing, like I know exactly what the hell Robbie is doing.
That same energy first episode where that man said, "I know who you are. I know exactly who
Yeah.
you are underneath the mask." I was like, Robbie, this is too close. You didn't think this through.
Yeah, but I mean, in theory, it wasn't a bad idea. Let me take him to this kid's place. Let me just say, I think I found that missing kid for free tip. Let me go on and be done with it. Wash my hands. We don't have to worry about it. But it can never go that easy, baby. Sorry, Maeve. Sorry, Maeve Maletta. It's not going that way, baby.
Down at the Chuck E. Cheese who said, "Girl, I got your back. Go on, walk out, girl." She was looking at her like, "Oh, why you lying? Why are you lying in here? You know you ain't calling no tip or see no kid in here that was giving the description. Why are you lying?" She looked a little suspicious. Maeve tried to do the right thing. She tried,
and now you're in his crosshairs because Tom gonna remember a face. He gonna remember a face. He gonna remember how you acted. This is not the last time they're gonna interact because he was like, "Oh no, I was wrong," but baby, no, it wasn't. He's gonna dig deeper.
Now you're an accessory. Like I need all deniability. I didn't know nothing. I didn't see nothing. I don't know what's going on, sir. Now you in connection. You in cahoots, Maeve. Just y'all better lock Maeve up. She should have been through enough.
Go to Mexico, Maeve. Take that money he offered you and go.
Now they're gonna be sitting. Why didn't you call somebody? Why didn't you? If you saw he was here, you should have let somebody know. Now you gotta go down. Baby Maeve said, "What have you done to us?"
What have you done?
Robbie, what have you done to us? Ashley, predictions of the next episode.
Yikes! They're gonna be somebody gonna be knocking on Robbie's door next episode. This is gonna quickly turn into a manhunt. And they're going to quickly identify who he is because for all of this revenge and vengefulness that he has no plan. He has not done this smart. I'm not surprised if there's fingerprints, if there's something there that's going to link them totally. You in the system already, Robbie. And now we know the volume and the amount of Fenty that they have. There's only probably a couple people you can get that off to in this small place. And the gangs, we're all here. The gang's all here. We know all of the connects. There's not a way to get out of this. So whether he's confronted by a piece of the motorcycle gang or the FBI, his time is going to be short. I think Maeve is going to have her fill. I hope she packs a raggedy duffel bag and heads out somewhere, but I think she's locked in. I do. I think she cares so much about these kids, and that she's going to try to maintain. I just really feel like utter bedlam and chaos ensuing in episode 3, Tyra. He only got a couple more episodes to wrap this story up. So I think the adventure is going to be moving. I also think maybe one of the moles from either side will be revealed by the end of next episode.
Yeah. I hope he's Sir Krispy Kreme because y'all going in on him, whatever you call him. What you call him?
Sir Krispy Kreme, that's what I call him.
Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. This isn't going to go well. Like you said with the fit and all, they said, yeah, that's going to set off an alarm in the system. That size, yeah, there's no anywhere for you to safely sell that off and collect any money. The only grace here could be, I would like to know who MK is, whoever that person is that Robbie is referring to in texting, like, is this the mole or is Robbie, are you Robbie, please, like, have something in your pocket. Do you have something in your back pocket? Do you have a plan beyond this? It doesn't seem like he does.
It doesn't.
I don't know what's gonna come of this but utter chaos and death. Like, a part of me wants a part of me wants Robbie to be okay, but it's like you're digging yourself into a hole, and then you implicate and drag your children and Maeve into this madness, or your so-called friends, Cliff. Like, this is all just. I think it's gonna be bad.
Real bad. Real bad. That's all I can see.
Shoot 'em up style, just bad. It's just like it's a matter of time before it's like a countdown to who gets to you first. Is it going to be the FBI or is it going to be the dark hearts? My money's on the dark hearts right about now. It's on the
They
dark hearts.
will be. They've got the manpower, they've got the planning, the structure, all of that. But there's some thread of emotion tied to this. And so I'm really curious how they'll respond when they find out that it's Robbie. Will it be this knowing of like, oh, we expected this, or will they be caught by surprise? And did Robbie have a relationship with any of these people outside of his brother? These are questions that need answers.
I think they have the way that everybody's clocking. Like, we see that little Skeletor mask. Robbie, we know it's you, man. Come on up out of there. It's giving. We all. Everybody knows. Everybody knows it's you. I just, or maybe with him being who he is in the lackluster, they didn't think it was like, yeah, we're gonna do this to your brother. Who's gonna check me, boo? We gonna retaliate? It's like, oh, this really? It's you? I don't know, but I think it's gonna end in a very interesting, bloody standoff. But y'all, that was the episode. I can't wait for the next episode. And I always see y'all in the comments. They need to just drop all this. They don't need to drop all or nothing. Let us live in the moment. They don't need to drop all episodes. We don't ever get to soak anything up and just live in the moment and just go week by week. No, we don't need to drop nothing. They don't need to drop 3 episodes at once. They're taking their time, and I'm here for it. Ashley, anything you want to say to the folks before we get out of here?
Oh gosh, yes, guys. Please go to each page. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have the notification bell hit. And thank you guys so much for coming through. We have a ton of lives this week. We have Game of Thrones. We're going to be on season 7, I believe, tomorrow. On Wednesday, we are doubling up on lives. I feel like I can't even remember all the lives that we've got scheduled. But then we're going to be talking Reasonable Doubt this week. We'll be talking The Morning Show this week, Downton Abbey this week, Tulsa King. We're going to be diving into that. So guys, just make sure you're here. There's going to be a ton of content this week. I'm looking forward to it.
Y'all heard the lady. Hands up, cash out. Make sure that you are subscribing, hitting that like button, and leaving your commentary as far as what you think could be happening in the very next episode. And we'll definitely see you guys tomorrow for all things Game of Thrones. I can't believe we on season 7. Good night, y'all.
I can't believe today was a good day.
This is going on.